Hey, manifestors, it's your girl Nadia Victoria, and this is my first time ever going live on YouTube. But I figure, hey, I got the number of followers. I think I need to start doing that. At any rate, if this is your first time ever joining me, Manifestation Goddess LLC, I thank you so very, very much for checking your girl out. Over here, we are healing to abundance. And how do we heal to abundance? Well, we do that by letting go of anything that no longer serves us. People that mean us no good, the people with the manipulative energy, the people that never want to take ownership of their stuff. You know what I'm saying? Our old mindsets, maybe it's the way we think about money, maybe it's the way we think about relationships, maybe it's it could be a number of things. So anything that's no longer serving us for where we're trying to go, we want to let it go. And let me just make sure that the volume is where it needs to be. Okay. This is my first time, so I know that most of my followers probably were not expecting this and are probably working and busy, but hey, it'll be up later. Also, if this is your first time, I do have a website, manifestationgoddessllc.com. You can go over there and purchase things like I have incense, several different incenses, white sage. I have t-shirts with positive affirmations. I sell sage bundles, and I also make handmade oils and spray. I have just one spray, so aura cleansing spray. Like most of the time, you cannot use sage in the workplace or on a flight, but you can hit this spray and reset. But yes, you guys, I have no intentions on being here long. We're going to do just like a quick check-in and see what Spirit has to say. But God, I thank you for each and every person. I ask that you will cover us all, from the crown of our heads to the soles of our feet, with your divine white light of love and compassion. I ask that you will cover us, from the crown of our heads to the soles of our feet, God, with your healing power, God. Whatever we stand in need of, I ask that you will meet that need. And then, oh God, when the enemy comes in to try to hex us and, send curses, spells, and make sacrifices against us and do all manner of evil, sending the evil eye, God, we ask that you just shield us from all of it. But we ask that you send it on back to their ass, because that's the only way they're going to learn. It's when they get a dose of their own medicine. But we ain't going to leave them at that. We ask also that as you are, teaching them a valuable lesson, that you'll also lead them back to, your divine side, away from that dark foolishness. Heal them as well, oh God, mentally, physically, spiritually as well. Then last but not least, I breathe you in and I ask that you will speak through me with power, authority, and clarity. Speak in such a way that you give us divine guidance and direction. Give us answers and solutions to our everyday needs and future needs as well. Thank you. Amen, amen, amen. And ashe, ashe, and ashe. But yes, you guys, one of the first things that I heard, like when I first sat down to meditate, was that, y'all know that song, "The Lord is blessing me right now." The Lord is blessing me right now. Oh, right now. He woke me up this morning and started me on my way. The Lord, he's blessing me right now. Okay, so he truly is indeed blessing us right now. And he wants us to be in that mindset. He wants us to be verbalizing that. He wants us to be speaking that as we wake up every day, as we're driving down the road. God is saying, like, he's blessing me right now, right now, right now, right now. Like, I'm talking about right now at 6 a.m. when that alarm goes off, right now at 12 o'clock when you go to lunch break, right now at 3 p.m. when you're taking your 15-minute break, at 4 o'clock when you want to pick your child up from school. God is blessing me right now. So if we can just walk with that mindset that God is blessing me like right now. If I can just hone in on that and just really accept that and swallow that God is blessing me right now, that's a powerful thing, because he wants to send us blessings from the north, south, the east, the west. He wants to bless us, okay? So, if we have that mindset that he is blessing me right now, it might not be, that I have, $50,000 in my bank account, but you know what? He's blessing me right now. So that doesn't mean that it won't come. You know what I'm saying? That $50,000 that you need, it might come, but if you just get in that high vibing mindset. Okay. So yes, you guys, now I'm getting ready to, is there anything else, kind spirit? Okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do an affirmation for us. Spirit, what's an affirmation for the manifestors that are watching today? What's a message for them? What is something that they need to hear and they need to be affirming? I know we need to be affirming that the Lord is blessing me right now, despite what I'm going through or wherever I am. You know, we're going to raise our vibration. God is blessing me right now. Let me move this back some so because I want you guys to be able to see. Okay. All right. It says new opportunities are coming to me every day. New opportunities are coming to me every day. So that aligns with that song. God is blessing me right now. So there's new opportunities coming to me every day. Am I in expectancy for these new opportunities? Am I in expectancy for these blessings that God is sending? You know, we just don't ever know how God is going to bless us. We never, ever, ever know. Let me tell you, you could need a car repair, right? And you pray and you ask God for that car repair, right? And you know, you done talk to God about it. You know, you need your car repaired. And the next thing you know, you pull up on a friend and they got a car repairman with them. You know what I'm saying? Or you mention it on your job and somebody said, oh, I know a mechanic that can fix that for you. You know, you went to the dealership and they told you they were going to charge you $1,500 for this. But somebody has a friend, you know what I'm saying, that would do it for you for $800. God is blessing us right now. New opportunities are coming to me every day. We got to be in expectancy that new opportunities are coming every day. Do you actually walk in that? We need to walk in that. New opportunities blessing me right now. Something God is blessing me right now. I don't know. I feel good about that, y'all. I don't know where that song came from. I know it came from. It came from spirit, but it's something that we need to hear. He woke me up this morning, started me on my way. The Lord is blessing me right now. All right, so spirit, when it comes to the manifestors, let's see what we have here. It says, disappointment is not the end. What did I do with my glasses? Okay, here we go. Disappointment is not the end. It is okay to be disappointed. It is okay to make mistakes. We do the best that we can with the knowledge that we have, but not everything will always turn out as we hope. This is a part of life, and though it may feel like the end, it most certainly is not. Do not let disappointment or the fear of disappointment keep you from enjoying your life or keep you from expecting blessings. Just because this one thing didn't go as expected, just because that one relationship didn't turn into marriage, just because that one job didn't turn into your full career that you retire off of at the age of 60, you know, just because that friendship didn't last, you know, just because that car didn't last, you know, you love that car, you know, you're disappointed you were in a car accident and it was totally lost or whatever, but disappointment happens. It's not the end though. Every day is an opportunity for a new blessing. So disappointment is not the end. All right. This reminds me of someone I was talking to just yesterday. And he was sharing with me that, you know, he's been going through a lot medically. And he and his fiance were at odds because he's under a lot of stress. You know, he doesn't have a lot of friends and a lot of support. So he's just feeling like the weight of the world is on his shoulders. And so, you know, and now with him being in that mindset, you know, he's lashing out on his fiance, and that has caused, you know, a big argument between them. And so they haven't been talking for the last few days. And, you know, and so, you know, I know that's a level of disappointment for him in himself, for allowing like life situations to cause, a wedge between the two of them. But disappointments happen. We're not always 100%. We don't always do things, the way we would if we were not stressed or, whatever, that's a part of life. What we have to understand is, how can I move on from this? Yes, I disappointed myself in the way that I interacted with her. That has caused a wedge between us. But now give me a few minutes, God, to see me. And that's what my thing was to him. Take a few minutes to breathe in and breathe out. When is the last time you just took a deep breath in and let it out? Okay. Like go in for 4. I bring in peace. And for 8, I let out stress and disappointment. Okay. Let it out. And so I had him to do that with me over the phone just a few times. And he was like, I feel so much better. I said, yes. I said, but here's the thing. We go through disappointments. We go through stresses. We go through things in our life. But just like I talked about the other week, let's not try to rush ourselves out of this point in our life where we're facing some challenges, whether it be health, financial, family. Let's not rush out of those things, but let's hone in and go within by connecting with God and asking, what is it that I need to learn through this? And I guarantee you, most of the time, it is to look to God. You know what I'm saying? To look within. We're looking at all these external things, but God wants us to connect with him. And when we truly put our trust and our faith in him, he will work it out. Yeah, I understand you got your physical health problems. Yes, I understand that you have some bills coming and you know what I'm saying, and you can't get out of work because of your physical limitations. But God has everything that we need, just like the example I just gave. And it doesn't mean that you got to go out here and work hard to figure it out. All you got to do is learn to trust. Yes, that stuff is going to be in the back of your mind, but each time it comes up, God, I give it to you. God, I give it to you. I'm talking about if it comes to your mind 100 times today, 100 times you need to say, God, I give it to you. Because like I said, the example I just gave you where, someone may need their car fixed, and it costs, it's a little bit out of your budget right now. But God is sending somebody through, a friend of a friend of a friend. This person don't even know that they are part of God's perfect plan for you. They just jumped in the car with your homegirl to from they were all at a cookout at her house or something. I'm just coming up with a scenario. They were all at Thanksgiving dinner. They were all at Christmas dinner, and she was coming to see you, and she brought this person with her, and this person is a full out mechanic. And now this mechanic is like, girl, I can fix that for you. And I'll give you this. I give it, you can do it to me for this. I already know where I can get the part from, whatever. I'm telling you, I've seen that happen just over the last couple of months with a few people that I know. So when you give it to God, you got to give it to God. You can't be sitting around here worried. You got to know that the Lord is blessing me right now. Right now. Okay? Right now, like right this minute, just tell Spirit, thank you for blessing me right now. Okay? That's a powerful message, for blessing me right now. Have y'all ever been in situations where God just truly did something just out of the norm and you just just out of the blue? You wasn't expecting it. You had been praying about it, but you had just kind of forgot about it. You were hungry, so you wasn't thinking about, your car, or you were at Target getting toiletries, so you were not thinking about, hey, that your air conditioner needs to be fixed in your home. But lo and behold, here you are in the middle of Target or Walmart, and you see somebody, and next thing you know, you've made that connection. Be expectant that new opportunities are coming every day, every single day, and that the Lord is blessing you right now. I don't know. That's just in my spirit. And I need y'all to understand that that's something to be excited about, because God just does things and he really just be flooring me. Sometimes, have you ever just had something happen, or, even you've seen it on social media, like somebody just got this blessing or this huge surprise that they just sat there like with their mouth open, jaw dropped, like, You know what I'm saying? Or have you ever had God to just do something out of the blue for you that you can't even say nothing right then because you still kind of like numb, like, okay. That's the kind of blessings God is trying to send to you. Those are the kind of blessings that God is trying to send to you. Okay. He's trying to send us those just unexpected miracles and blessings. He's blessing us right now. I'm going to tell him thank you if you don't. Okay. Tell him thank you if you don't. Let me make sure I got this because I haven't been over here with this in a while. So Spirit. Okay, Spirit is already talking. This one already flipped over. Addictions. Spirit, what you want to say to us today? He says, the situation is influenced by an addictive behavior that is influencing you or people that you're involved with. Pain and trauma are being protected. Try to see the truth of the situation by stepping outside of the chaos to create an opening for forgiveness, passion, patience, and compassion. So, Spirit is just reminding us that, to be compassionate towards others. He's saying whatever situation that many of us may be facing, manifestors, is influenced by an addictive behavior. So you got to understand that addictive behavior does not necessarily just mean that somebody's on drugs, somebody's addicted to, cocaine, somebody's an alcoholic. That isn't just that. Addictive behavior can just be, a lion spirit, just addicted to lying. There are all types of addictions. You can't just say, put addictions over there for just the people that use drugs. Now, yes, there are people that use drugs that have addictive behaviors that need to work on their issues. But what are your addictive behaviors? That is the question. What are your addictive behaviors? The situation is influenced by an addictive behavior that is influencing you or the people involved. So some people, what I'm hearing now is that, I'm hearing so much right now. People with addictive behavior can be extremely manipulative. Okay. So addictive behaviors is because it can also be like a clingy, needy behavior. You know what I'm saying? So you have to look at the people that are in your circle. Are there people that are pulling on you? You know what I'm saying? Or that, somebody might be addicted to you. Okay. So you need to know where you fall in this realm. The situation is influenced by an addictive behavior, or maybe you're addicted to someone, collective of people that are watching, manifestors. Okay. Pain and trauma are being projected. So here's the thing. When people don't deal with one addiction, it becomes another addiction. So say, for instance, if a person was addicted to alcohol and drugs, but now they're going through recovery. And so in place of that, now they're addicted to your energy. You know what I'm saying? They're addicted to being around you. And so, or because of their addictive behaviors and that mindset where, hey, I'm so manipulative, or I'm always around people that are manipulative. So now they're carrying those energies on. But you're not going to really change the addictive behaviors until you get to the core of why the addictive behaviors are there. And it's usually tied to some pain and some trauma. Okay. So your addictive behaviors to the drug or to becoming a liar or, to, there are so many different types of addictions, you guys. Some people are addicted to eating starch. Some people are addicted, have these different addictions to, I hate to say, eating dirt. You know what I'm saying? People have some different things out here, but whatever type of addiction it is rooted in pain and trauma. And Spirit is encouraging us to understand that very person that is maybe irking your nerves or getting under your skin and just always starting some foolishness, the root of it, even if it's you, manifester, that is rooted in pain and trauma. So to really be able to address it, you got to get to the root cause of it. Okay. Abandonment issues. That comes from, maybe your father not being there, your mother not being there, somebody walking out on you. And so that created a different means for you to deal with situations. So as soon as you feel like somebody's going to abandon you, you start acting a certain way. or because that person that you're engaged with or involved with in whatever type of relationship it is, because that's their issue, now they're projecting onto you their insecurities. And you have to be able to call it out. You have to be able to call it out. That manipulative behavior, you get that from somewhere. But I really would appreciate if you kind of look at it and work on that, because it's affecting our friendship, it's affecting our relationship, it's affecting our business, our ability to do business together. We have to be able to look at the core. So either you are projecting your insecurities, your manipulative behaviors onto others, or they're projecting it onto you. And Spirit wants you to look at it a little bit better, more a little bit more deeply. And Spirit is asking us to try to see the truth of the situation by kind of stepping outside of the chaos to create an opening for forgiveness, patience, and compassion. Had a family situation where I hope she don't mind me selling this, but a family situation wherein I have an adult in my family, but another adult in the family was just like, okay, so she had a situation with her car, and she said, well, I'm going to call you back later. Let me handle the situation. I'm, beside the road. I'm waiting on, say for instance, if it's roadside assistance, I'm waiting on roadside assistance, and I got this people right here that I'm also trying to help. So I got a lot going on. I'm going to call you back later. Well, so a couple of hours left. She didn't call back because there was some other things going on, and the tow truck had to switch out tow trucks and all this and that and all this. So she had these other things going on. By this time, she done called some friends, and some friends are gonna come and be with her or whatever. And they gonna, since the day was so stressful for you, let's go hang out. So you never did call back the family members. So now they're blowing up your phone. But now you're on the phone, you got friends around, whatever. So this person starts calling everybody. Is everything okay with her? Was everything okay with her? So, it caused a little bit of some feelings, between these two family members, because this person's like, I'm grown. Like I told you, I would call you back later, give me this space. But then when you think about it too, like you got this person right here that's also concerned about you. So Spirit is always, so I had to walk through with that family member. Like I totally get where you're coming from, but also try to see where this person is coming from. So when we try to see things from a different perspective, just kind of take yourself out of the situation for a minute and try to see the bigger picture. You see what I'm saying? I also had somebody to call me, this week myself, and was a little, irritable with me, and I had to be like, why are you being irritable with me? Hold on, you guys. Hey, did you get it? Email it. Okay, so she could have given you a printed copy in the meantime. Okay, well, just take some pictures of that one and send it to me, and I'll check my email a little bit, because she sounds like she be up there working by herself, and it's like, yeah. Well, all right then. Well, whenever you get a chance, send it to me. Thank you. All right, I'll be in the middle of a video, so I will call you back. All right, bye bye. But yes, so I also had somebody call me and just almost was like kind of rude, and I'm like, I was almost about to lash back out. You see what I'm saying? But then I had to pull aside. Listen, this person is coming at me this way. What, and then it dawned on me immediately. But as you kind of pull yourself aside from the situation and you start looking at things a little bit more closely, you realize that person was coming at you because they don't know how to communicate things in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Their behaviors are tied to maybe some addictive behaviors, where even if it's a toxic, just my communication is toxic because I come from a family where everybody just always this how we talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? Or this is just how, I am. Well, a part of you got to change. Sometimes we love to say this how I am. Yeah. But is that this just how I am, or this just how I talk? But is the way you are, and is the way you speak, is it positive? Is it positive? Is it the way you want people to speak to you? You see what I'm saying? So, again, just taking yourself out, out of the situation for a minute to look at it a little bit differently with a higher perspective, which is higher, brings you closer to God. How would God see this situation? Or how would you ask, how does God see this situation? Or ask God to show you this from a different perspective. Because when I start looking at things from a different perspective, or when my family members started seeing things from a different perspective after she calmed down a little bit, then she was like, okay. Because, all of our lenses are different. Each and every one of us see things differently. So if I am a police officer, my lens is going to be one way. If I am a social worker, I might be this way. If I'm a mother, I might see things differently from the father. You know what I'm saying? If I am an accountant and you ask me about this situation, I'm going to have a different perspective. Not to even just talk about our professions, but even our upbringing. We all have different ways of looking at things. But Spirit is telling us that some of these people who are in recovery, still working on some addictive issues, or working with some different addictive issues, might be sending some of that manipulative energy your way. But try to be high-minded. Try to be high-minded. And when I say high-minded, not low vibrational, but high vibrational, and try to see things from the bigger, see the bigger picture and from a higher perspective. Why, before I wind up getting my energy caught up in this and cussing somebody completely out. Okay. And some people, I'm hearing Spirit say, some people are addicted to drama. Some people are addicted to drama. So when you're talking about somebody that's addicted to drama, yes, they may always have the worst case scenario. So they're always calling you with some drama and projecting that onto you. So just be mindful of whatever situations you're presented with over this weekend, and put things in perspective. Step aside for a minute and try to see things from the higher perspective and the bigger picture, because that'll allow you to be more compassionate and responsive and not just reactive. Okay? Looking at things from a higher perspective this weekend is going to help you from getting your feelings involved and winding up bumping heads with someone. But it'll help you to come from a means of compassion, understanding. You know what I'm saying? Even if it takes you to walk away for a few minutes. Because some people really just, their communication skills suck. Okay? Communicate. They got no clue on how to communicate. And once I was like, nah, this is what you really want. Okay, this ain't what you want. This is what you really want. Okay, then we can move forward. But it takes removing yourself a little bit. Because I really was, at first I was like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, who you talking to? You know what I'm saying? But when you take a few moments, you can see things a little bit differently. And as a follow up to that kind spirit, what else do my manifestors? And that's just a means of manifesting peace. I'm telling you now, people that's addicted to drama, Lord have mercy, Jesus. That's a whole nother. Then you got to be high-minded enough to say, listen, you're going way in left field. Let's bring it back to the center. You see what I'm saying? Let's bring it back to, you done went all the way over there. You made everything so dramatic. Let's bring it back to the center. All right, so we're going to go to what at the top. Spirit is also saying soul family. Finding your soul family is a blessing that reaps many benefits. You are being asked to reach out and explore to find your soul connections. You got people that might be out here with these addictive behaviors, but Spirit is saying, you know what? Reach out and explore to find your soul connections. They will feel familiar, safe, and trusted when you meet them. Send out your intention to connect with your soul family and see who comes your way. See, what we fail to realize oftentimes is that just because we are blood doesn't mean that we are part of the same soul family. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't mean we're all have the same mindset and we have the same past or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Because you can have people in your blood family that's sending all kind of daggers at you, sending all kind of hatred and evil towards you, doing all kinds of mantras and hexes, curses, and spells, honey. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about the blood family. It's about the soul family. But there will be people even in your bloodline that you will be able to connect with. There might be a few. You know what I'm saying? On this deeper soul level. But if you don't, then you ask God to send those people to you. And it's so amazing to me because, I just this past weekend, one of my friends, one of my nurse friends, it was like a pre-birthday celebration because she's a total Capricorn, but she knows she's gonna be away. So she did like a little brunch with us. And it's just like everybody's there. Just had beautiful energy, just beautiful people, beautiful energy. You know what I'm saying? And it was just amazing how, women that's on the move for some things that ain't on that bullshit. When we see, and that's the thing. See, sometimes we're so used to the woman that's envious and that's jealous and in competition with us that sometimes will come up in this shell. But do know that God will isolate you sometimes so that you can really see people. I'm talking people even in your family and your bloodline. You know what I'm saying? And then as you grow, then he can send people around you, you know what I'm saying, that's on some high vibing shit. And you can feel like, wow, this is powerful. Because now I can see women or I can see men that are about their business and they're about uplifting each other. And nobody's out here pointing fingers because we know as we point one, there are three pointed back at us. Everybody is going through different things. We're all at different stages. But it was amazing because I felt like I could talk to any one of those women and we could connect. We good. Everybody just embracing and warm. And then, there was one lady that was sharing her experience and what she's going through. And then there was somebody else over there who didn't even recognize that, hey, this is going to be a topic today, but this is what I need to hear. You see what I'm saying? See, when you're around your soul family, and listen, soul family don't mean like you got to be around that person all the time. You can connect with somebody on the soul level and not have to be around them all the time. You don't have to be around them every day, but you connect with them on a soul level, because when I sit down and I get to talking to you and I get a feel for your energy, I know that you're somebody that I could call if I really needed something, or because your energy is high vibing. I'm on my shit. I'm on my get money shit. I'm on my family building shit. I ain't got time for no hating, no jealousy, and no envy, or none of that. So I'm telling you guys that when you are ready, God will bring your soul family. And your soul will connect, and it'll be just like, wow, I feel like I've known you forever. Be so familiar. See what I'm saying? So Spirit is saying, you got these people on here with this addictive shit that's manipulating and pulling on you. But he wants you to step to the side and see it from the higher perspective so that you can operate in love and compassion and not get yourself riled up and all of that. You see what I'm saying? But in the same token, he's saying, pray for your soul family. Because, girl, I'm trying to take you higher and higher and higher. Dude, I'm trying to take you higher and higher and higher. And the way I'm going to help you get there is by allowing you to connect with your soul family. But you just need to ask. See, we just think that things gonna fall in our lap. And we don't think we got to ask God for it. I mean, there's so many different stages of manifesting. You got to ask. Well, first you got to think it. It's got to be in your mind. Once the idea formulates, now you gotta manifest it. So how is it gonna come into manifestation if I don't ask God for it? How is it going to come to manifestation if I don't write the vision? You know what I'm saying? And make it plain. How is it going to come into manifestation if I don't act in faith and believe that it's going to happen? How do I think it's going to happen if I don't walk like it's already mine? When your soul family comes, they'll be here to uplift you, to drop a few nuggets for you, to pray for you. It's one thing to go out and drink with somebody, but to have a friend that'll pray for you when they know you're going through some things. that ain't gonna sit back and be like, what girl, what? And just talk and gossip about you when your back is turned. But to have a soul family is to have people that care about you as an individual and that will pray for you. And when you're on their mind and God drops something in their spirit, they're going to pick up the phone and call you and give you what God has given you. I remember my mom used to say, you sang that song, somebody prayed for me. They had me on their mind. They took the time and prayed for me. And I'm so glad they prayed. And I'm so glad they prayed. And I'm so glad they prayed for me. So that's what a soul family is. And if you don't have that, start praying for that. Start asking God to lead you and guide you to that, because that's going to help you out. Finding your soul family is a blessing that reaps many benefits. You are being guided. You're being asked to reach out and explore to find your soul connections. There's a difference in soul connections. Let me tell you, and I know those people that I have soul connections to. You know why? Because I don't have to talk to them every day. You know, months can go by and I don't hear from Tanja. There's months that I go by. Might not hear from Tangie. There are months may go by. I might not talk to Rachel. You know what I'm saying? There are times when, but because there was that connection that was made during the years we worked together on a certain job, through the years that we grew up together, through the years that we just been friends and best friends or whatever, that connection is still there. So when spirit puts somebody on your mind, you reach out and just let them know, I love you. I'm thinking about you. And I appreciate it, because sometimes I'm not as good at that as I should be. But now when God gives me somebody, I'm tapping in. I'm tapping in. And whatever he says, say or do, I'm going to do. I've had that happen quite a few times. Hey, God said, told her, hey, you got your mind, girl. I don't call her, listen, I'm in here trying to study, and you just keep coming before me. You know what I'm saying? Or that I was in Target and you just was on my mind or whatever. I had to call you and tell you this. You know what I'm saying? And whatever. Because when God gives you something, you got to go with it. That's called a soul family, because God got them in your life for a reason, because you might be sitting over here suffering in silence and you don't know why somebody else is picking up on your energy. But see, God said, you know what? You ain't listening. You ain't listening because you caught up in your problem. But you know what? I got somebody who is available right now because she's studying and she's focused right now. So since she's studying, for her certification, or she over there studying for whatever she's studying for, or because she focused right now and she's driving and she's listening to this, or she whatever, she's focused right now. So let me just talk to her because your mind is too busy. So you have to be thankful for those soul connections. Those soul connections, because you know that those people are connected to God. They are connected to God. They ain't perfect. I ain't perfect, but they are connected to God. And we have to be appreciative of those soul family connections. And if you don't have those kind of people, because sometimes we sit up here asking God for a soul family, and God said, I already got a couple of them spread out. They just think, you know what I'm saying? I already got a few of them already connected to you, because you know what I'm saying? You was over here, sitting on the table at the doctor's office, having your annual done, and here your friend Tangie just reached out to you and told you, hey girl, I love you. I just want to let you know I was thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? That's literally me this morning. I went for my annual, and Tangie, Lord, my good friend, we found out we were cousins, y'all. 7th grade, we was at camp, and came back and realized we were actually cousins because our parents were talking, and we found out we were cousins, and just became like the closest of friends. And you know what I'm saying? And through life journey, whatever, we don't always, because she was in the military, but when we come back together, we come back together. So I'm really appreciative that she picked. I'm just sitting. So that's a part of your soul family. There are times, you know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting around here and my homegirl Tanja will reach out. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's your soul family. And if you don't have people that do that, start praying for your soul family. Because we got enough of these addictive people that don't know how to, that might be addicted to drama and toxicity. don't know how to deal with their issues. Pray for them. Pray for them. You know, y'all, I make it a business. I make it my business that at least twice a week I find a friend or a loved one to pray for. Y'all don't even know I be praying for them. So we need to make it a practice, because if we want soul family, we got to show ourselves soul family worthy. Okay? Pray for your friends. Pray for your family. Pray for yourself. Yes. So I'm going to end this with a, no, we don't end it with spirit. Actually, I'm going to do two things. Name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. I'm going to go ahead and do this. What's it say? Self-care isn't selfish, okay? If you were really going to take care of yourself today, what would you do? So why aren't you doing that? No healthy person wants you to sacrifice yourself for them. No healthy person. You heard that? Not the addictive person, yeah. The manipulative person, yes. But a healthy person with a healthy, balanced mindset does not want you to sacrifice yourself trying to help them, okay? Not a healthy person, not somebody that's balanced, okay? Really, anyone who wants that from you is actually a selfish jerk, okay? Don't assume that the people in your life are selfish jerks who can't handle you doing what you need to do for yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Spend some time in prayer, meditation. Spend some time taking care of you. And know that the Lord is blessing you even right now. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, God, one last message. I feel so guided towards this. Oh, Lord, I got a whole card in here that ain't supposed to be in here. Okay. All right. Well, since you fell out, goddesses, storms. Is there anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Anything else? All right. We're going to go with this because for the sake of time. And y'all, I do have another channel. It is Spiritual Insight with Manifestation Goddess. Please feel free to go over there and check that out. And that's more geared towards signs. It's really fun. Okay. But this right here, storms, and it has Oya, the goddess. And basically the winds of change are in motion. Do you hear me? The winds of change are in motion. Into every life, a little rain must fall. Okay. Personal storms clear away the old. Sometimes change moves slowly, at other times, change is swift. This reminds me of the story I just shared with you guys about the young man who's going through different things in his life, and him and his fiance hadn't spoken in a few days, and and the disappointment that I was talking about, disappointment, winds of change, when change is happening, when God is bringing you higher. So some of us, we get angry about the storms, like something else, not something else. I thought I was supposed to be here by now, and here's another storm. The Spirit is saying, don't get disappointed in the storm, because there's change happening. There's change happening. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's every time you turn around, somebody sending negative energy towards you. You like, why do I always have to keep fighting and protecting myself? Why have me and my loved one always going through this? It's for you to build your strength. For you. It's something in that for you. It's something in that storm for you. There's something in that disappointment for you. So don't rush through the storms. Some of them, like this says, some will be swift, some will be short duration. But either way, don't rush through the storm, because your strength is going through that storm. I'm learning some skills I'm learning some skills. I'm learning how to build my house a little bit stronger. I'm learning how to build my spiritual connection stronger. I'm building my foundation stronger. It took them to go through so many different hurricanes before they found out, okay, well, this works best. So many cars had to go through so many different tests. They had to use all these different crash dummies and, advance the crash dummies and all kind of stuff just to see, okay, if this storm happened, this wreck happening, what do we need to do? So each of your storms, each of the wrecks in your life, each disappointment in your life is sent to build your character and your strength. What would you like to change? If you are not actively changing it, you are choosing it. If you're not actively changing it, then you're choosing it. Addictive behaviors. Going back to that now, addictive behaviors. Am I addicted to this toxicity? Am I addicted to this toxicity? Because if I'm addicted to this toxicity, then I don't need to complain. I'm just going to sit here and take it because this is what I know. This is what I like. So stay there and don't complain. But if you want to come above that addiction to toxicity and that addiction to that low vibrational energy, if you want to come up from that mediocrity, you know what I'm saying, just getting by, then you got to change you. You got to change it. You got to learn from each storm. You got to learn from each storm, not just weather the storm and go through the storm and just to get back in another storm and do the same shit. You're supposed to be getting better through each disappointment, through each storm. Just like I said, the cars that they made back in the 50s ain't the cars they making in the 2020s, baby, and won't be the ones they're making in the 2030s. They're advancing because they learned from the crashes, the wrecks, the storms. So they learned from all the hurricanes and all of that on which materials best to use. So even in your life, what are you learning about yourself through the storms that you're going through? If you ain't learning nothing, you ain't going within, you ain't really looking at things from a high perspective, then that means you're just choosing to be in this storm. You got to make some changes. Active changes. To make shift happen, focus on what you want. Stop giving energy to what is not working. Focus on what you do want and stop giving energy to what is not working. The biggest thing holding you back is you. If you want people and life to treat you better, you go first. If you want people and life to treat you better, then you go first. If you attract betrayals, stress, and strife, the common denominator is you. The common denominator is you. Because we attract what we need to heal. And if you keep attracting betrayals, if you keep attracting a whole bunch of stress in your life, then you know what? You haven't learned from the previous things that you've been through. It's going to keep repeating itself. You're going to keep going through the same storms. You're going to keep going through the same storms. You got to say enough is enough. If you attract love, I'm going to read this whole, the biggest thing holding you back is you. If you want people and life to treat you better, you go first. You go first because you set the tone on how people are going to treat you. No, you will not talk to me that way. And I ain't got to say, no, you will not talk to me that way. I can say, the way you said that, I was a little harsh. You came across a little harsh just then. And, I just would suggest, you can say that you dislike this without saying it that way. But you got to address it. Find ways. We got to practice. Because we get in situations. I done been in situations. I remember back in the day, people would say certain things and I didn't know how to address it. And I would just let people say different things. And then it turned into rage. People would say certain things and I'm ready to punch you in your eye. I'm ready to lash out at you. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm just ready to cuss people out. I mean, I used to be a mess. My children used to hate us going to Kroger off of, Wrightsboro Road. Because it seemed like there was one girl in there, I would give her the business. But at this point in life, we have to elevate. If we want to stay on that level, we're going to keep repeating that same cycle until we learn how to deal with it better. We got to communicate better. So now, if I were in that situation, somebody was rude to me, the cashier at Kroger is rude, I don't have to say, be who you talking to. I can say, excuse me. Your tone is a little harsh. Your tone is a little intimidating. You know what I'm saying? Got a little bit more etiquette about myself, a little bit more professional etiquette about myself now, But that's because I had to learn how to work on me. Because otherwise, either I'm going to keep going to Kroger and me and the same girl going to be having it out every time. This cycle. Come on, man. You gotta grow. You gotta grow. You can't act the way you can, but it's not beneficial for us to be acting like we're 18 and 19 at the age of 40 and 50 and 60. If you attract betrayal, stress, and strife, the common denominator is you. Beating yourself up is self-harm. Feel your feelings, honor your journey, and tell yourself the truth and practice self-compassion. And that goes back to taking care of yourself. Spending some time with you. You can't fix you if you don't spend time with you to know what your issues are and things that you need to work on. Even in the Bible, we got Jesus was in the wilderness by himself. He went out there to work on him and to connect higher. So who are we to think we don't have to spend some quiet time to work on us? Who are we to think we don't need to meditate? We don't need to pray. We don't need to connect to a higher source. That's going to teach us so much more about us. It's going to teach us much more about who God is. Some of you have the means to go on some different meditation retreats or, different things like that. I would encourage some of y'all to do that because you need to take care of yourself and you need to cleanse your energy so that you can reconnect with your soul family. Y'all don't despise the storms. Learn what we need to learn through the storms. All right, y'all. And don't forget that the Lord is blessing us right now. Oh, right now. He woke me up this morning and started me on my way. The Lord is blessing you and me right now. Y'all sing that song all weekend long. All right. Y'all have a good one. Y'all need anything from me? I'm at Nadia, Nadia at manifestationgoddessllc.com, or you can go over to my website, manifestationgoddessllc.com as well. And all of my information is in the description box if you want to even donate to this channel if you don't want to buy anything. I love you guys. Y'all have a beautiful weekend.